All right. Hello. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome to Speed Gaming. We have a round two match of the Olympic Fast Randomizer tournament for you. I am Gilgamesh, joined today by Cool Papa Moore. Hello. How are you?
I am doing great. As always, excited for some more tournament action. Got two excellent runners here, Radical Sniper and Tam, facing off against each other. Tam picking up the #1 seed going into brackets, so should be a good one.
Yes, should be exciting. This is game, like I said, game one between the two of them. We have FAD keys today, so for those of you who are not familiar with the mode, it's all dungeons, key sanity. Only changes made here are that the 2 castle tower small keys will be vanilla, and the GT big key is guaranteed to be somewhere in the GT basement.
Yeah, so no hunting around for those annoying castle tower small keys, and we got to save that GT big key guessing game, right? So we'll still have that available to us.
That's why we did this, was so we could maintain the GT big key guessing game.
But it is still definitely possible that you could have progression required for pendant dungeons in Ganon's Tower, so all sorts of fun all dungeons shenanigans still possible.
But yeah, like you mentioned, this is Tam was the first seed overall going into brackets. Radical Sniper, who I will be referring to as Jesse for the next 2 hours or so. I apologize. That's just I know that's not how it's listed, but that's how most people in the community know him. Was the 33rd seed. Tam beating Dapper Wormman in round 1. Jesse beating myself in round 1.
A little early divergence here, although both runners are going to show us a tree pull, just some hearts there, so not really what they're looking for.
Jesse opting for the uncle start. He's hoping to pick up some bombs or something to make the Kakariko checks a little smoother here. A bottle is one of those things that you're looking for. So we'll be able to take a look at Sick Kid. Our first step through Kakariko. Tam checking out the Lumberjack Ledge. Looked like just a compass there, so nothing we have to worry about here today.
I do kind of like the Uncle start in this mode. One of the downsides of Uncle is that, you sometimes make yourself do multiple walks up to Hyrule Castle, but since you're probably going to have to go back later and do Aga at some point, sort of worst case scenario is you route in the Aga with that, although you would like to leave it till the very end if at all possible. But
right, but yeah, giving yourself a couple extra checks to find some bombs before Kakariko is nice, although in this seed apparently it would not have mattered because bombs are just everywhere. No money, though, so we are probably not going to... Well, depending on what's in Blind's Hut and the Well, we're going to have trouble checking the bottle vendor.
yeah, of course, the modes are chosen randomly in this tournament, weighted a little bit by what the runners have previously seen. Tam was complaining about how they have seen 0 McBoss seeds their entire time in the tournament so far since qualifiers. So
yeah, I know Jesse had not had a FAD keys until our game 2 last round, so this is getting 2 in such short succession is a little odd for his trajectory so far, but I think he's probably glad to finally get a few.
So really nothing much in Kakariko so far. Tam dropping into the well.
Hoping we can pick up another 50 rupees here through the well. And doesn't look like it, so I'm gonna have to ignore Bottle Vendor for now.
Sahabat is all like, well, I know you want rupees, but how about some more bombs and a map?
Oh, Tam's just gonna go ahead and farm another 30 here. Okay.
Certainly faster to do it now than have to come back later.
Yeah, I can see the case for it. I might try to hold off. Although Tam having that bottle has less incentive to come back. Okay, well, I ignore me, I guess.
That is a very big call out of Tam there, grabbing the mirror off of the bottle vendor. We'll see Jesse not headed back into Blind's hut.
Keep the thieves town, the chicken. So the mirror doesn't immediately unlock anything huge, so it may not play into Jesse's routing at all, depending on how the early items shake out anyway.
Yeah, a lot of the ways to get to use mirror early involve the flute, and if we find flute soon, then Jesse will be able to just grab the bottle vendor when coming back to activate it. So
Right.
Gets a big key for having that bottle. That is to Misery Mire, so it's going to be tough to use that one anytime soon.
Yeah, another one to stick in your pocket for later. And then just some bombs. So yeah, other than that mirror, which doesn't have any immediate effects, not a whole lot in Kakariko.
And yeah, question in chat. I believe this is the Final Fantasy Collection MSU. I'm not sure. It's just sort of a bunch of fantasy jammed together. I don't remember the official title of it, but
Jesse opting to pick up the do the blind check of the race game, only getting rewarded with a couple bombs for it.
And yeah, both of our runners following pretty closely behind each other, headed down to South Shore now. Just have bombs to use in the mini Moldorm cave, so it's a little bit tense.
As long as we can get this middle one out of the way. Yeah, there we go. Picking up a glove in Mini Moldorm Cave, so that does a couple things. It lets us potentially sequence break up the mountain where you can make some use of that mirror. It does put Zora in logic, which we are nowhere close to. It also gives us backup escape. Yeah, Jesse deciding to go over here and not orphan this check forever over at Agina.
Yeah, I feel like this has been a lot more common in recent years, is looping in Agina when you do the dam check, because again, you get a shot at maybe getting a better weapon for your mini Moldorm trip in this situation.
And yeah, nothing. I mean, things have been pretty barren so far. This, see who's the first person to make the trip over to Eastern Palace, because I feel like that's probably what we're looking for.
Tam is going to drop into back of escape now. Not much there either. Big key to ice and then a shield. Ice is a nice one to have because it's one of those things that you can last location if you do Ice Palace without it. But again, that's going to be a solid chunk of time before we actually get there.
Yeah, we are nowhere near Ice Palace yet.
I do feel like the glove is interesting as far as mirror is concerned, because now we are just a lamp away from getting up to Death Mountain, logically speaking, so...
Seeing a small key on the floating island there, so something else to make note of for later. Yeah, Tam making the trip over here to Eastern. This is basically the most dense spot that they have left. I mean, there is the front of Hyrule Castle too, but nobody wants to do that with bombs. Also, technically, most of it's not in logic without the small key. Crab's not playing nice for Jesse. And Saha with nothing.
A bunch of pendant crystal information from those maps and Saha himself, but that was about it.
Heading into Eastern Palace here, so we have 3 logical checks in here at the moment. We can also get a 4th if you want to do the Dark Room, which with Boomerang, it's not too bad. Yep, okay. Now I'm looking to... Even if we don't find a lamp here soon, I'm looking to sequence break up the mountain.
Yeah, exactly. You have to assume we're going to find it somewhere here in Eastern with that hookshot opening so much over on the east side. Hookshot is also nice because that's going to save Jesse from any Death Mountain-related issues for not having the mirror. That might cause other issues, but at least he can get over to Paradox Cave with this hookshot.
It'll prevent him from being able to dip into Hera, which Tam will be able to do.
This is true, and there might be a couple of things in those first couple of items.
And with that hookshot, if Tam happens to find a weapon to beat Moldorm with, Tam can actually beat Hera. Okay, sure.
So there's a fetch quest for a lamp, maybe? Or just a waste of time before we go to Bomb Escape?
I probably just put that off for a while.
The upside, of course, about the mushroom as far as fetch quest goes is there's a pretty easy fake flipper to get up to the potion shop, and then you can just reset the mushroom for a potential fake powder later if you want to.
Last check in Eastern is a big key to Desert. Okay, well, can't do anything with that quite yet, but it's nice to have now rather than having to come back for it later. like Tam is going to go ahead and just take a quick peek at that mushroom before doing anything else.
Very reasonable. Oh, and they shot off a very clean fake flipper there.
Mm-hmm.
Just dropping right into the water. So yeah, do you go searching for anything in Hyrule Castle at this point, or you just decide that the lamp is there and you're just going to run straight up the mountain?
I'd probably go up the mountain, because there's only one chest in Logic in Hyrule Castle at the moment, in that first one. The other ones are locked behind the small key. Yeah, well, there's our lamp. So now we definitely go up the mountain.
Dumb video game is dumb.
So yeah, Tam has a lot of options here. Old Man, Spectacle Rock, a good chunk of Hera. Only 2 chests of Hera are in Logic, but we can do a couple more potentially. All of East Death Mountain.
Yeah, tons of stuff available for Tam as far as raw number of checks goes. Quick question in chat about how fake flippers work. The most common way to do it is if you can screen transition right after you jump in the water, you can pretend that you have flippers, because the game checks to see whether you have flippers when you jump in the water, but then when you change screens, it sort of forgets to check that you have flippers, and it just assumes that you do. So Tam set that up a lot more quickly than most people are able to do consistently, because you really have to be on basically the last pixel before the screen transition before you jump in the water.
Okay, Jesse, not gonna check the mushroom, just gonna go right up the mountain here, looks like. Which, yeah, I think is okay. You can make an assumption that your mountain access is probably behind one of the 2 checks you haven't done yet. Now, if it's the flute, it does feel a little bad to leave it behind, but density is up on the mountain right now.
Yeah, and like you said, the mirror for Hera is the bigger concern. Now, it's not a disaster, because if Jesse runs into, sort of a dead end here, he will have the save and quit point at the old man and can get back to Hera pretty much just as quickly as Tam will. It'll just be the extra walk to the village.
Maybe we just find the hammer over here and you can get to Hera that way. Oh, there's a small key to Hera. So that is +1 check that Tam can do in Hera now. That is slightly noteworthy, because Jesse cannot do that check. Jesse does not have the fire source.
Yeah, and that mirror becomes really interesting, because it's not worth it to Jesse to actually do that mushroom check for the lamp, because he can't get to Hera. But Tam knows that they can get there, and so the lamp has a little bit more value on their side.
Alright. Boots in Paradox Cave, so 16-minute boots and add keys, not bad.
Oh, and there's the Moon Pearl on top of Spectacle Rock, so Jesse is going to dead end against that pretty quickly, and then have to walk back to the village in the very near future.
Yeah, that is a little rough. Let's see what this big key is. Easy. Okay, game, sure. Oh, and there's mitts. This is very good. This routing worked out very well for Tam, because Tam's gonna be able to clear basically the entire. Well, I'm gonna say almost the entire mountain. Tam cannot kill Moldorm, but otherwise, we can get almost everything here. Are we getting a Super Bunny check? I like it. Nope. Wait, what? No. Oh. I wonder if Tam forgot that they didn't have the Moon Pearl there.
Yeah, you gotta run back and grab that one before we can do all of that Dark Death Mountain stuff.
So yeah, Jesse's going to be on the hunt for that mirror, knowing that Dark World access is available to him as soon as he can find it.
Another interesting setup there from Tam, finding just the right spot to approach the item to try and set up for that bomb jump. Unfortunately, did miss it and has to walk back out of the cave, which is never fun, but... So Tam is headed into Tower of Hera. We'll see if they decide to do the basement as well right now. It would definitely be skippable with so much other stuff available with that Dark World access.
Oh, get a desert there, huh? Okay. I think I would be inclined to check the basement here, just because it's actually in logic, and B, you still need so many things to see that's, and maybe you find a sword or something down here.
Yeah, and generally, I mean, any AD is such a full clear mode anyway that this is certainly a reasonable play to knock this out, especially when the game has been throwing so much stuff toward Hera at us.
Yeah, just a piece of heart. Okay, I'm not going to bother going upstairs yet, not until we can actually beat Moldorm.
Yeah, just one out of logic check that you're going to have to come back to later anyway.
Jesse, get in that mirror, gonna head right back up here, get that Moon Pearl. Meanwhile, Tam gonna finish out these Dark Death Mountain checks, take a peek at Turtle Rock, see what the medallion is. And then from here, assuming you don't find anything in here, I guess you just probably start Skull Woods and start your Dark World loop.
Yeah, I mean, you could dip those dungeons right away. I think there's also an argument to be made to maybe just do your South Dark World loop immediately. We've got Mirror, we can knock out all the Smith Chain stuff and everything else on the way, and then hopefully find some weapons to come back to Thieves Town and Skull Woods.
Yeah, Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny not really giving us any direction here, just Ether Medallion, which might come in use later, but for now, can't use it, no sword.
And Jesse is opting into this one extra check up the tower. I was about to say, well, a map could be useful, but not the map to Hyrule Castle.
I generally find maps to be mostly useless in this mode. I mean, you check Saha, you check the bomb shop guy, you get your red crystal and your green pendant info, and you just kind of fill out the rest as you go.
Yeah, in all dungeons, you know, if you can clear a dungeon, you just do it because you're going to have to do it sooner or later. I think about the only map that's really useful would be like Turtle Rock and Tower of Hera, because if you're at 6 crystals, then you might know for sure, like, oh, my 7th one is up there, and then I just go right to GT from there or something like that. But
Sure.
it's a pretty edge case to be worried about maps.
Jesse finishing up getting his junk in the Dark Death Mountain area. Tam working their way through Skull Woods. Got 5 obtainable items here in the front right now. Okay, that's not bad, but again, doesn't do a ton for us immediately.
It's definitely some comedy in the game, hiding the Cane of Samaria in that chest that is a lot easier to get to if you have Cane of Samaria. Yeah, chat mentioning we could kill blind with that, although we are still short a Thieves Town big key to get all the way through that dungeon.
Jesse finally gonna get their lamp from the mushroom. Yeah, Tam gonna go ahead and do these North Dark World checks. $20. Nope. Did Jesse already check Bonk Rocks?
Yes, Jesse picked it up
Okay.
on the way back to Bottle Vendor to grab Mirror, so
Gotcha. Okay.
that does mean he's pretty much isolated Graveyard Ledge, so if Tam finds something there, that could be difficult for Jesse to get back to.
I'm a little surprised that Jesse just didn't check Graveyard Ledge after this most recent save and quit. I mean, that's about as close as you're going to be. Unless he's planning on doing it with these North Dark World checks after Skullwoods here. Some
Ooh.
flippers. Okay. Sure, yeah. Alright. So we have flippers checks in logic now. Waterfall, Zor Ledge, Under the Bridge. We're a fire source away from doing some nonsense in Ice Palace.
Yeah, and that cane certainly helps with the icebreaker glitch in ice. Wasn't sure which of those words I wanted to say when I started that sentence. But it's very annoying to do that without the hammer, is probably what's going through our runners' minds right now as far as Ice Palace goes. TR small out of the C-shaped house. We're going to need at least 3 of those.
something here. We found a lot of items, but again, not too many of them are pushing our runners in any specific direction at the moment.
And good news for Jesse in the 80 keys full clear mindset is headed toward Graveyard Ledge to grab those flippers.
Yeah, no one particular dungeon is looking very enticing at this point. You can dip a whole bunch of them, but you can't really do a whole lot in most of them. A little extra cash in the front of Thieves Town is nice, putting us closer to Zora money. We're not quite there yet.
Agent Nico in chat asking why the small sick child has a large key. That is a fine question. Sometimes the child has powerful magical items, sometimes just high explosives under the bed. You never know.
Skull Woods, great.
So for all the routing differences in the first half hour of the seed, you can see how far Tam is ahead of Radical Sniper. Those two are right on top of each other here.
Yeah, basically just a front of Thieves Town clear difference between the two at the moment.
And I think that's essentially the difference of Jesse having gone to Agina's cave and having to backtrack slightly to grab that mirror off a bottle vendor.
We're gonna pick up the Smith and continue our loop to the south part of Dark World. It's too bad we turned in the mushroom. We could have fake powdered here.
And we're leaving hammer pegs behind, but our runners are going to want to have hammer before they go into Thieves Town, ideally anyway, so we should be able to clean it up then.
Yeah, getting that small key early is pretty nice, because then you don't have to worry about orphaning that once you go to the back. Blue Bale, nope. See you later. How much do you want to check the first chest in the swamp? How much do I want to check the first chest in the swamp? Not very much. That being said,
yeah, not a lot
given
of...
how few things there are left, I don't know that I hate that check after Hype Cave here.
Yeah, because the other option is swim around to East Dark World, basically. Swamp and Thieves Town are red crystals.
see. What do we get? GT small. 1 arrow. A blue cane. A fire rod. Alright. So... Boy. I don't know that fire rod's the item you wanted to find next.
Yeah, a little out of order there for my tastes.
That's, I mean, we can go into Ice Palace. Hammerless Ice?
Yeah, that raised the question. Which one do you want to check less? The first chest of Swamp or the first chest of Ice Palace and then maybe also Ice Tea Room?
Yeah. It also gives us... I mean, you can do the back of Skull Woods. Mothla is not technically in logic, but the bridge chest is. Yeah, I mean, I do think Ice is kind of looking pretty good here, honestly, which is disgusting to say, but it's probably what you should do after this.
Yeah, it looks like Tam is going to show us this first check in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, I think this is okay. You're here. It's, you know, it's not the fastest check in the world, but maybe you spike a hammer here. Who knows?
And I mean, it's not much worse than the Pyramid Ledge check that we just did, right? So,
Right.
did I say Pyramid Ledge? Graveyard Ledge.
Oh, well, Pyramid Ledge too. We don't want to do that. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna be ice. We also know that there's that small key on the island, so we can snag that first and then go into Ice Palace. A small key would be actually pretty nice here, because without the hammer and 0 small keys currently, the Ice Palace routing is a little not great. That is not an Ice Palace small, though.
I mean, it could have been the Swamp Small right after Tam went in there, so I guess, you know, it could have been worse.
Alright, Tam says no thank you. Not that desperate yet. Jesse doing the exact same thing here, checking that first chest in Swamp. Or are we gonna set up a fake flipper here? A water walk? Yeah, we don't need to set up a fake flipper because I don't know what Tam just did there.
I have no idea either. The whirlpool up here is going into Catfish, and then you can mirror to the other flipper checks up there. For a second, I thought that Tam was going to mirror and farm rupees out of that cave in front of Ice Rod, but that would take quite a while to get up to Zora money.
See if Jesse wants to make the play here into Ice. There's our cape. That doesn't do anything because we already know that there's nothing on Bumper Ledge. Jesse gonna go ahead and route up to Pyramid Ledge and Catfish this way, looks like.
Yeah, quick mirror to Hobo.
Just a map, so see ya forever, Zora.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's maybe what Jesse is thinking of, just kind of picking up the southeastern stuff from here in Dark World and holding off on the Zora area until having some more money.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's a hard... there are some hard choices the runners have to make at the moment because, yeah, like you said, you're orphaning Zora by going to the Zora area, you're dipping Hammerless Pod, or Hammer Volus Pod with one small key, or dipping Hammerless Ice Palace. None of the options the runners have at the moment feel good, but one of them is correct. It's just a matter of who chooses that one.
And both of our runners converging on the palace at the same time.
A heart piece in Dark Cross. There's a map. So, yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, these next two checks in the back of Escape are not in logic, because we don't have that small key, but there's nothing really stopping you from doing them right now. I mean, it's very possible that this game just wants you to go to Pod, or... The thing is, Pod is such a pain to get to at this point. Although I guess not for Jesse, because Jesse... Did they both mirror here from Dark World?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so then getting back to Pod's actually not that bad.
Yeah, and Tam still needs to route down and presumably mirror to the hobo check.
Mm-hmm. Yep, escape, nothing.
And yeah, Jesse is now running up to the catfish here. That makes getting to Pod even more annoying. We might see him take the whirlpool back down and just do the reverse of the loop that Tam did.
Yeah, that's probably the way to do it. Yeah, it's like trying to pull teeth here at this point. Nobody's getting anything out of this. See Tam remembering that Dark Cross is still a thing. I mean, it's going to be Zora has our end, right? Nobody is this no money. Nobody wanted to Houlihan at the start.
Yeah, there are a couple of really awful places. It could be Zora would be bad. That the bridge chest in Skull Woods would be really awful right now. So yeah, Jesse losing that Dark World access might be thinking about Ice Palace then.
I think you have to, because there's no way you're going to loop around and go to Pod again by taking the Village of Outcasts portal. So yep, getting that fire rod out. This is going to be the Hammerless Ice Palace dip. Let's go! Yeah, it does look like Tam is going to be following behind here.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about pod, but it is a pain to get to, and there's no guarantee that you're going to find anything there, right? You
Yep,
could just be
agreed.
immediately bow-locked, so...
I think this is probably the right play here in this situation. It's just you have to wrap this very awkwardly without that small key.
Yeah, like you were saying earlier, there's no guarantee if you ice broke, that you could get out of that right-hand side without having a small key in hand already, and
Yeah,
odds are you won't be able to.
I think Jesse doing here what I think is the correct way to, probably the right way to do this is to steal the key from the Barry here, mirror, and then go do Icebreaker. Because Tam's about to get locked here.
I hope everyone out there likes Ice Palace, because we're going to be seeing it for a few minutes.
Is he heading through the door here? Let's get a look at what we have left. So we got Freezor, Big Chest, and Iced Tea. Small key, too. So, hey, now we can go get our hammer in the second chest of Swamp Palace. Big key to Thieves Town. Ooh, okay. Not the things I thought we would find in here so far, but interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely gives us some more options.
Yeah, okay. I really kind of thought Hammer was going to be in here, but no. So now you have to, I mean, there's no way you go back in the swamp now, so you probably just take this to Thieves Town.
Yeah, and that cane to defeat blind is coming into play.
Yep.
I wonder if Tam was also thinking that there was going to be a hammer in ice, and so wanted to hit the switch to be able to be sure and get to Cold Stare if you find the hammer in here.
Yeah, maybe.
But I guess you could still hit this, like, go steal the key and then hit the switch a second time and go ice break, so...
Yeah, the seed has not been kind with the routing so far.
I forgot both of our runners also have blue cane, so blind fight is going to be pretty trivial.
Yeah. All set in Ice Palace as well.
Jesse also showing off our stun prize of a small magic, so we'll be able to top out on that blue cane juice.
Yeah, that's not bad, actually. Especially considering we are still swordless. Let's see, doing a little bit of magic farming. Heart container. Nope. It's gonna be real good when it's just the first chest of pod the entire time. And this is, unless the hammer is right down here, this is going to lead to the unfortunate circumstance of orphaning this big chest forever.
Yeah, just add it to the list of single check nonsense that we've had to leave behind.
Bombos. Oh, now we can go into Ice Palace. All right, well, we get to see a Samaria blind here, so this is fun.
Always good when you can just stand on the bottom of the room and, you know, just go stop hitting yourself to blind. So there's our first crystal, 52-ish minutes in. Still no swords,
Yeah.
though.
So it looks like Jesse's going to go ahead and probably make the play back here to Swamp. Or not Swamp, back of Skull.
Half magic is nice, but doesn't get us anywhere.
I mean, it does make the Moth fight a little bit nicer. Because you're basically forced to use Fire Rod here, so...
Well, but we can't get to Moth. We have no swords still.
You're right, this is not actual swordless.
It just feels like it.
Oh, nice Ice Rod.
I guess that's an item, but not really the one we were looking for.
No, that doesn't do a whole lot for us. So yeah, we'll just to update people here, Tam actually did forfeit was just not in the right mindset tonight, apparently, and decided to forfeit this match. So Jesse does still need to finish it out to get the win, but that is the current situation at the moment.
Well, it looks like we are farming some rupees finally.
I mean, this might be the answer here.
Yeah, we can sort of loop down into a dip into swamp, mirror to go check Zora, and then finish swing back up to pod if necessary.
Yeah.
Yep. And playing the archery game a second time to get to 610, presumably, for both Zora and pod money.
Yep. That's good thinking, because I might have forgotten that if I was in this situation right now.
When you play enough rando, you get into lots of weird situations, but there's always somehow a new one when you're, low on one particular type of resource in a spot you never have been before, and have to figure out how to solve that problem.
All right. I think we're going to see the second of 3 dips in swamp, probably. Unless this is the hammer. Then we can just clear swamp, but... Well, actually... Does Fire Rod kill the puffs? I don't think it does.
That is a fine question. I could not tell you what does and doesn't kill the Argus puffs.
Oh, hammer does, right. And you would need hammer to get there anyway.
Oh, yes. Okay, right. I guess that's why I've never really thought about it, because worst case scenario, you just have hammer.
Right, yeah. Unless it's Atomizer. Oh, no. Okay. Well, pod dig, sure. I mean, whatever.
That is extremely unlikely to actually unlock anything at this point, since we would need basically all the rest of the pod keys to be in pod to get to anything requiring the big key.
5 vanilla pod smalls is what you're telling me?
I mean, I swear there's always 1 pod key in pod. I can't promise 5.
The thing is that once we do find that hammer, this seed starts to open up quite a bit more. Because that'll let us clear out Ice Palace, it'll let us clear out Swamp Palace, it'll let us do Hera if we want. All of that'll be out of logic.
Yeah, we're just a couple of keys away from being able to finish TR at that point.
All right, hammer first chest pod. Was it here the whole time? No. But we still have a couple more checks that are in logic. 1 small key. Okay.
A sword!
That gives us an out-of-logic moth.
Yep, all 3 small keys are technically required for moth to be in logic.
Hey! There it is. That's the game that we were looking for. All right. Well, now Jesse has a bunch of stuff that is available.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna get a mimic clip or maybe a potion camera unlock here.
It's a real shame we don't have one more small key while we're in here, but maybe we'll find one on the right side here. So what do you do after this? Do you go back to ice to finish it off? Excuse me.
That book is interesting, because that...
Yeah!
Hooray! Excellent! Commentator's blessing coming in hot there. I was going to say, the book does make it a bit more tempting to go back into Swamp and then pick up your Bombos tablet and head over to Desert right after that.
It's not a bad call.
But the ice redip is going to be pretty fast, since it'll just be pick up one chest on the right side and then head straight to the boss, pretty much.
Yep. All right, can we get one more pod small in here? Can I see one more pod small? Okay, that bow is not in logic right now, just FYI.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So that requires 4 pod keys to put that bow in logic, which would then put the right side of pod in logic. There could also be the other bow floating around somewhere in Swamp or wherever.
I mean, you can mirror and just beat Eastern now too, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel too bad to come into pod with 1 small key and the big key and get 11 out of the 14 checks done.
Yeah, not at all. I'd be pretty thrilled with that. I'd be like, why didn't I believe earlier? All right, so you're going to see Jesse hold here for a little bit. This is when Jesse was talking with Tam after the forfeit happened, so there may be a little bit of a minute or two break here before things continue. But in the meantime, you can post things in the chat, like follow the runners and the people who are calming and stuff.
Yeah, great time to say a big thank you to Kif doing the tracking for us.
But yeah, at least Jesse has, some sort of route available. You have multiple clearable dungeons you can do, as opposed to a bunch of non-clearable ones. We've done a pretty good job of clearing out the overworld. I'm trying to think, other than that Zora check that's been haunting us, there's not a ton of overworld we've left on the table.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of cross keys jokes so far tonight, but this does feel like the end of a cross keys seed, where suddenly you have all the stuff you need and you just dip every dungeon one last time, beat the boss, and then leave.
I mean, looking at the tracker here, so Jesse's gonna need Quake, Flute, TR Big Key, and one more TR Small, and I think that's it.
Yes,
and a sword.
That seems correct. A second sword.
Yes, I said it before you posted it, chat. Nice try. A little hour refill.
I mean, the Final Fantasy fight winning music always sounds pretty good. And looks like
yes.
we're going Ice Palace
Sorry, I
first.
just wanted to clarify something in chat. Yes, so Jesse / Radical Sniper does still need to technically finish the seed to have it count as a win. But yeah, to your point earlier, this is a very quick clear. Cold Stare is not necessarily... Well, never mind. I was going to say, Fighter Sword, it's not the nicest fight, but we've got Bombos and we got Fire Rod. This will actually be pretty quick. And Half Magic.
Yeah, especially if you can get the puffs in the right spot to get the splash damage with the Fire Rod.
Mm-hmm.
You can just burn through them real fast.
Okay, we're just going to go ahead and pick up this chest in the U. I believe it's a U-shaped room. All Ice Palace rooms are named after letters.
I believe we got U. It's H.
Oh, no, sorry. This is the H, yes. Yeah. I always get those two confused. I was also being somewhat facetious. Not all Ice Palace rooms are named after letters, but a lot of them do look like letters. So we're going to finish up Ice Palace. This is going to get dungeon number 3. I would suspect we probably head into Swamp next. I mean, the only thing holding you back at that point is maybe hoping you can pick up the Swamp Big Key before you go in, but at this point, I think it's hard to risk, or not risk, but hard to avoid how many checks we have in Swamp.
Yeah, just the density is so hard to pass up. And you know,
puffs up in the corner, getting a little away here, but again, with Half Magic and Fire Rod, you can just spam and get this done real quick. Oh, there's our sword.
Nice. I was going to say, we've already been in Swamp 3 times, or will have been in Swamp 3 times.
Yeah.
What's a 4th, right?
Right, exactly. At that point, who cares? We still have not checked Zora. I don't think we're going to anytime soon, but he's still there.
Yeah, we got Zora, we got Thieves Town Big Chest. Potentially going to be the Swamp Big Chest very soon.
Uh-huh.
And Ether Tablet, I guess, is also pretty out of the way right now. Bombos
Yeah.
we'll probably get in just a minute, but...
You're not going to go up the mountain again until you can get into TR in most circumstances. I don't. Well, you could go up to finish Hera, I suppose, but you'd probably want to wait, hold off, and try to get the big key before doing that. So to update people in chat who are just joining, Tam did forfeit. Just based on the small conversation they had in the race time room, Tam was not really in the right mental space today and was not really feeling like finishing this one out, so decided to forfeit. I think anyone who's been playing this game long enough knows that feeling where you're partway through a sea and you're just like, you know what? No, I'm good.
Yeah, this game has a way of being frustrating like very few others. I always feel like we should talk about the diver down tech that Jesse's going to show us here, but this is like 2 years old now, so it's not really new tech anymore.
It's the hot new tech. Just like Ambrosia, it's the hot new mode. Yeah, Jesse continuing to be thorough here, making sure to check everything along the way. Left side swamp has done Jesse well in the past couple days, let's say, so I, can't blame him for continuing to check it.
I feel like my preferred way of describing Ambrosia would involve the word steaming more than hot, but we'll leave that for...
I'm inclined to agree, but yeah. Jesse, you picking up Quake there, so that is one of our required items. Still gonna want that big keeper turtle rock before heading back up there.
All right, there was a question in chat about how this diver down works. We'll see if I can do better at the technical explanation on this one. The water is its own layer, and the way that the game knows for you to transition to the water layer, which then makes you start swimming, is when you go down the stairs. So if you can find a way to get to that part of the screen without actually taking the stairs, then it doesn't put you in the water and you can just run around like you're on dry land. Yeah, we just find a way to clip through that rail, and then some magic happens.
Yeah, that sounds accurate to me. Jesse picking up another pod key there.
I mean, we knew they had to be somewhere, so...
Yeah. Ah, good. Now those red rupees are in logic. And another pot small. They were just all sitting here in swamp. I think you said that, actually.
I mean, hammer and pod to all the keys back in swamp is not a pleasant way for the seed to lay things out. Because even the pod big key was in here too, right? So...
No, they had the pod big key before. Jesse had the pod big key before going pod.
Well, yeah, but I think it was the second chest. I think you picked it up on the second dip in here.
Yeah, you are right. There's dungeon number 4.
A really nice recovery on phase 2 there. Or I guess getting away on the initial part of that phase, but Jesse lining things up nicely for those fire rod shots.
And then, to your point earlier, I think we'll probably see Bombo's tablet into Desert Clear.
And Desert being our green pendant, this could route pretty nicely into that turn-in on the way back to Pod.
What we'd like to find here, flute would be nice. Or, I mean, yeah, but
Yeah, I agree. Parabig gets us one more check and puts Moldorm in logic, I guess, if we care about logic, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you can make the play up the mountain now to check Ether Tablet and clear Hera and do Spike Cape if you want. I think that's a reasonable play after Desert here.
We are at the point where Map of Skull is not bad. If we could figure out where that last pendant is, we could know whether we're likely to find that flute in GT or something along those lines.
Right. Yeah, the green pendant turn-in is a little awkward without the flute, so you probably save that until you're ready to go and clear out Pod, which you might want to wait until you get another key or two. Oh, we have 4 now, so might want to wait till I get a 5th.
I'm trying to think. I don't think that small key we found on the right side of Pod really does anything for the logic, because that's just in logic immediately once we find a bow, which is now in logic
Which
with
we
the 4
still
keys,
haven't
right?
found.
Oh, no, because we only have 3 in logic Pod keys.
Right.
Yeah.
Zora could have our 4th Pod key, I suppose.
I feel like Pod keys are a lot like the lamp in key modes, right? You just sort of pretend that you have them and don't worry about skipping over them in the logic too much.
Basically, yeah. Alright, looks like Tam is going to go ahead and do these West Mountain checks. Or not Tam, sorry, Jesse.
Yeah, could decide to head into Turtle Rock after this, but short the big key, can get about halfway through and can't
Yeah,
get
that's
to
an
Laser
interesting
Bridge.
decision, actually. I mean... Yeah, Honestly, the TR dip seems reasonable here, considering you don't have a whole, like, it's your densest check after this.
I think Jesse also has the basement of Hera still to do. I believe he skipped this the first time around.
Right, because he did not have that fire source.
At least the Moldorm check is all new, because no one had any sort of decent weapon when we were up here the
No.
first time.
And this is all actually in logic key, because we did find that big key, so... Again, I think we're far enough into the seed that we don't care too much, but... let's see what we got. So, oh, another pot small, hey!
So now we have a bow and a 5th pod small, and I think with that, we're probably not going to see TR at this point, would be my guess.
I might still do it, honestly. Looks like Jesse's just gonna do Spike Cave and then save and quit, though. Okay, well, now you definitely don't do TR.
Yeah, absolutely. Can go clear Mire, finish off 3 dungeons, and then hopefully find what we need for Turtle Rock in all of those.
Oh yeah, we'll have our dungeon info. Well, actually, TR's so yeah, we know we don't need to do anything except for find the big key in GT. So yeah, we're just looking for one more TR small and that TR big, and that's it.
Yeah, I think that flute was maybe the last progression item that could have been in GT, so...
So yeah, I think you probably just knock out Skull Woods while you're up here first, and then go do Pod and then Mire. Just on the off chance that you can go mode Mire if you happen to find one of your keys already. Alright. I'm a liar. I'm being made a liar.
Yeah, I think with the 3 additional overworld checks around Mire as well, the odds are that something that you need is here regardless, so Jesse might just be playing those odds.
Making sure to check the Mire entrance. It's good that we have that medallion. Alright, well, there's one of them. So we just need that big key. Also wouldn't hate another sword here.
Yeah, you never really complain about that. And I said nothing could be in GT. I guess we have still not found a single Skullwood small key anywhere, so if Skullwoods is the last pendant, those could easily be in GT.
That does seem pretty likely. Be interested to see if Jesse makes any skips here. Maybe skipping cutscene chest.
Yeah, I think going here first, cutscene chest is definitely happening last. Might even happen after Vitreous, depending on how things go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to be real aggressive, you could definitely just go straight to Vitreous, but no, just gonna be playing it safe here and full clearing everything.
I'm just glad the devs of this game decided to make this animation as long as they possibly could.
Well, listen, that wall's got to move a long way. Actually, I don't even remember what the room looks like before the wall moves. I haven't walked in there, and I couldn't even tell you how long.
I believe it's just a narrow strip, and then there's a hint tile at the top, where Saha is, telepath tells you to go light some torches.
Like, light the torches, idiot. Yeah.
Yeah.
GT small, meh. Okay, I mean, I guess. Saves you time from having to steal the Poke Key later, I suppose.
Or unlocks the big key from Lava Chest.
Yeah, or that. Yep, that is possible.
I love that little bit of optimization there from Jesse. Can dash faster than the camera moves, so ran down to the bottom of the screen before jumping back in the pit to reset the room.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like much, but when you add up a bunch of little time saves like that over the course of 2 hours, it does make a difference.
And nice use of the spooky glitch there. Messing up the altitude variable, I believe it's called, so that the splash damage from your fire rod hits way above where it actually runs into something and hits a switch.
Right, and $20. So it is another dungeon down. Still looking for that TR big. Now I would have to assume we're going to clear out our other dungeons. Maybe take a peek at hammer pegs also while we're doing Skullwoods.
Yeah, we could also go check Ped.
Do we have Red Bomb yet? I don't know what the yeah, we do have a Pyramid Fairy access as well.
Yes. And yeah, with our 5 pod keys now, we can get absolutely everything out of this dungeon with the Hammer Yump to save 1 going into Dark Maze.
Soon we'll see Jesse run to Helma first. Oh, that's right, we have the green pendant now, so we can check this. Great, thanks.
Very helpful of Saha to just be like, yeah, go save the world or whatever, kid. Don't bother me. Here's $20.
Alright, we're gonna check this chest first. What if Zora has the TR big?
Oh my goodness.
At this rate, though, I am kind of expecting it to be in TR somewhere.
Yeah, we can get like 6 or 7 checks counting Mimic Cave, so... Finishing that 15th heart is really going to help Jesse out in the last part of the
Oh, yeah.
Square.
15 hearts ready mail. I mean, Ganon's basically impossible otherwise.
I suspect we will probably see that Pyramid Fairy before heading up the mountain.
Yeah, Jesse is being very thorough here. I'm assuming... I'm wondering if that, knowing that Tam forfeit is changing how he's playing this, and he's just making sure to get everything done, versus if he was still racing, he would have made some more aggressive skips or not, but I agree. I think he's going to clear basically everything available before heading up the mountain into TR.
More fun tech. The easy way to do Helma is you hold your sword out, and that makes the hitbox of your hammer a little bit longer. If you arm a spin speed, as Jesse did there, you get that same effect without having to hold the sword out.
Mm-hmm. Picking up a compass. Great, cool. All right, crystal number 6.
So yeah, we've got kind of 3 item checks over in Village of Outcasts, with finishing Skull Woods, checking Ped, and then Hammer Pegs, and 2 in Pyramid Fairy, and everything else is in TR.
I think that's basically, yeah, I mean, Magic Bat is at large, and Zora, we obviously can't do Magic Bat without Powder. Zora we can do if Jesse decides he wants to after all this time, but This looks like it's going to be Pyramid Fairy first here.
I mean, wants to is a strong word. He might do it, but I don't think he wants to.
I gotta get better at doing the dash with the bomb. I just usually don't bother because I'm afraid I'm gonna lose it. So I just walk it the whole way.
Yeah, there's one particular lineup that's reasonable that you just start dashing right about at the hammer pegs, but sometimes you get awful RNG and then the guards there screw it all up and it just goes real bad.
Alright, we got some bombs, we got a red potion, and we have a red boomerang. Not what we're looking for. Oh, is this... Wait, is Jesse... Okay, Jesse's just gonna do Aga Tower now. I guess this is fine? I think I would still wait. Because you might find a Tempered Sword or something and make this slightly faster after GT.
Yeah, there's nothing we can get out of the Aga climb right now, but also, you know, we're not going to get that much time by putting it off till later, so...
Plus, you get the free refill before Ganon after this, if you do it before or after GT.
This is very true.
Which, you know, given we only have 15 hearts and half magic, is pretty relevant. Nice key dash.
Jeez, all the times I have practiced NMG Aga Tower, I've tried to get the double spin in that room. I'm just going to switch to using bow and do what Jesse just did there.
Alright, heading into Ag here. Oh, misses the hook speed. We get a nice, fun Aga fight here. By fun, I mean boring. See if Aga cooperates in this second cycle here.
Of course not.
No, never would. This fight always drives me nuts in ad keys. And I know it's illogical, because I know my opponent gets the exact same Aga pattern, but it still feels like you're falling behind.
And like the putting the keys right in Aga Tower sort of saves the ice rod hunt possibility of just, you've done everything else and you're just looking for Aga Tower keys. But we could just not do Aga Tower. We could just have a most dungeons seed. How would that be?
That would be the actual FAD keys, faux all dungeons, or it would be FAD keys. Oh, is this Zora? Are we checking Zora?
This might have been the real reason why Jesse did Aga Tower there, was to just sort of take stock of all the overworld checks we had left over, and Zora coming in hot.
All right. Here it is. Moment of truth. Give us our Skullwood small one.
Oh, Jesse's smarter than I am. He's doing all of this because it can't be on Mothula, because we have no Skullwood small keys. Does it have to be here or in TR? I think so. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you still want to do Moth because you want to clear everything before going up the mountain.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm now caught up to where Jesse was 10 minutes ago.
Wait, was that TR5? I think we might have had a slight mistrack. Wait, why is Jesse not doing Skull Woods?
So here's... Yeah. So the TR small key can't be behind Skullwoods, probably. And so I think he's just gonna finish GT, go do Skullwoods, and then save and quit to the top of the pyramid then.
Is that... I mean, I would think it's faster to just do Skull Woods now.
Probably. Like, the fluting back and forth is pretty much a wash either way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe he stole a Skullwood small. You might be, Vortex in chat might be right. That's true, yeah. That's why we wouldn't do it.
Oh, yes.
And that's actually pretty awkward.
You would think as long ago as we changed that pinball room, the way that works outside of cross keys, that I'd be used to it by now, but...
Never. Alright, well, we gotta hope we find a Skullwood small along the way here. I mean, there's gotta be one somewhere, but hopefully it's not too far out of the way. And if people really want to get spicy here, I suppose we can say that all three Skullwood Smalls are here in TR, and then TR Big's on PED? I don't know. Okay. Well, that dream is probably dead.
Yeah, because that's about half the checks we can get to in TR already.
There are only 3 left, and all 3 of them need to be Skullwood Smalls. Every chest you open in the TR Big is not here. I mean, I don't know if you're like, did I miss something? Or is just the shovel or powder going to show up? Because Jesse did not do hammer pegs, keep in mind, so that is still out there.
There's also the Thieves Town Big Chest yet.
Right. And because Jesse did Aga, Jesse can't... Well, I guess saving a portal wouldn't matter here, because he can't get all the way to Laser Bridge, but... That's fine.
I mean, I guess you could save the portal at... outside of Spiral Cave, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
It would save you a little bit of time.
I don't know how much time that realistically saves you, considering you would have to Death Warp on Red Mail and 16 Hearts.
Right.
Alright, well, we just have Mimic Cave left. I think the real stab in the back here is if we open the Mimic Cave chests and it's a big key, and it's the Swamp Big Key.
I mean, 80 Keys has never trolled us by giving us the wrong big key.
Well, I mean, who doesn't want the quadruple Swamp Cave? That's all I'm saying.
Jesse doesn't, I'll tell you that much.
Hey, it's a big key to Turtle Rock. How about that? Just
Oh
sitting
my
there in Mimic Cave. Thing is, Jesse still needs a Skullwood small key, so we still are checking things.
And this is where the GT Big Key being randomized as usual in the basement is actually a blessing, because it means you have to do a reasonable chunk of the basement anyway,
Right.
so you're going to find a key somewhere
Also,
in there.
still on Master Sword Silverless, so kind of hoping to find one of those two along the way as well. This seed, man, is like a crap. Well, I guess it's the opposite of a crap sandwich, right? Because the beginning of the seed was atrocious. The middle seemed fine because you were just jamming dungeons, and now the end is also gross.
I don't know how to find the right metaphor for that in a way that's broadcast friendly, so...
Hey, good. 17 hearts.
That Hera Compass, now we can find where the boss is.
I can't believe a single Skullwood Small has not shown up yet. Oh, is this it?
Pod key number 6. I mean, I guess that had to show up before we got into GT, so...
Yeah. There was not very many other places it could have been.
Master Sword Trinex fight is also not super pleasant, so we'll see some hammer strats here.
Half magic and hammer make this not too bad, thankfully.
Yeah, with this much magic, you can just spam the Ice Head to death with Fire Rod shots if you want to.
Alright, we'll try and expel us out here. Nope. Alright, we're heading into GT, and you know what that means. Chat knows what that means.
There are 1 to 22 checks where that we might have to do before finding that GT Big Key. And feel free to guess how many checks that is going to take.
Also, guess how many checks it's going to take to find the Skullwood Small Key.
I'm going to guess the GT Big Key is in 1, but all of the Skullwood Smalls are on the climb. That's my official answer.
I mean, that's too easy, right? One of them's got to be behind powder, one of them's got to be behind the shovel, and then...
Oh, yeah, good point.
The other one's in the Thievestown Big Chest. Alright, so in keys modes, yeah, typically tend to go right first. Small key to Skullwoods, alright. Anyone who... Small key to Skullwoods. Uh-huh.
Alright, so this is how it's going to be, huh?
Well, that's good. We only need one more, and then Moth is in logic. Alright, we got check 3. I was really hoping that was going to be the third Skullwood Small. Hey, Mirror Shield, though. Nice.
That'll come in real handy for Laser Bridge.
Yeah, no kidding. Alright, nothing in check 7. Hey, that's a nice find. That's a find. And there it is. So that was, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think?
Yep, 11 is correct.
Congratulations to Frackalope. You win our congratulations.
Jesse really should have gotten the item off the torch so that we could just let the compass do the counting for us, but...
So, just a GT climb, and then a Skullwoods. And then a Ganon fight. That's also a thing.
Also, just for fun, this means we haven't found the silvers, but they were probably deeper in the basement somewhere, which means the seed was expecting you to get 4 or 5 pod small keys, go to the back to get a bow, and then go back to the front of pod to get the last pod small key.
Uh-huh. Could see the bow on the climb here. We'll see. I don't know if Jesse's gonna... I mean, he'd probably just fluff it at this point.
You know, occasionally people talk about doing a tournament where you're not allowed to do things out of logic. And at first glance, that seems like it could be fun, and then you start thinking about key logic, and you understand why this tournament never actually happens.
It would not be fun.
Should say made a very nice recovery on that Landmo fight when those fire rat shots missing, but still got it all done in one cycle.
Magic refill here. Alright, will we find silvers? Are we going to even try? We're not going to try.
Could have gotten that collection rate up close to 200, but...
Hold on, please. Ah, this one will open. Okay. I think that was a triple.
Certainly looked that way. Aga not cooperating on that second cycle. So just Skullwoods to clean up here.
Yeah, should be pretty quick. Just gotta run to the back, and with this loadout, the moth fight should be pretty simple.
And still a chance we could mirror the ped and just pull the silvers right off of there.
I mean, I wouldn't rule anything out at this point.
I feel like if you don't check Mini Homosaur Room, you're not going to mirror it to ped.
Yeah, probably not.
Except for possibly the memes. You never know.
I mean, maybe Moth just drops the silvers. Alright, get away from the spikes there. Pretty good moth fights. Well, not quite silvers. But that is all dungeons now complete, so Jesse just needs to save and quit from here back to the pyramid and do a little Ganet fight. So what do you think, Game's just going to say, did you find the silver arrows in my tower?
That seems the most likely, but... Very nice 1-on-1 there. I think it has to be in either Thieves' Town or Hammer Pegs. I'll explain why after this.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, maybe not. Never mind.
Well, we'll find out as soon as he stops warping. My tower, yeah.
Yeah, I thought there was some weird pod key logic that I talked myself into, but Jesse pulls out the lamp to get that torch glitch rolling, and so just routine Soberless Ganon here.
Yep. Setting up some triples here.
Does say something about the speedrunning racing mindset that this completely absurd trick that should not work at all to defeat Ganon without silvers is 100% routine.
Yep, it's so common. All right, and there it is. Just got to cross that bridge. So I'll give you a quick spoiler. He's going to cross the bridge. And there it is. Jesse finishing with a time of 2 hours and 36 seconds. And we are joined by none other than RadicalSniper99, aka someone who we've been calling Jesse for the past 2 hours. GG's.
GG.
Woof.
Woof.
Hey, you wanted Fat Keys, right? This is what happens.
I mean, yeah. I just didn't expect to see this pile of flaming garbage tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I am... Yeah, no, this is... Like, this is a backbreaker of a seed. I don't care, like... Just everything was wrong with this one.
It seemed like it was starting to come together towards the middle, too. Like, obviously, the opener was real rough. Not finding, a usable weapon for 45 minutes or whatever it was. In addition to other things, but once you finally decide to, obviously just go to pod with one small key, it seemed like the seed was being relatively nice and pointing you in the direction you needed to go until you needed to find the TR big and a Skullwood small key.
Of course, because when has spending a Skullwood small key ever been a bad idea?
Yeah.
I mean, that is just... I was like... That's why I did the map check finally after pod. I was just like, you know what? I hate doing map checks in this mode, but I need to know. How bad is this? And then you just see that skull is a pendant. You're like, thanks. I am extremely happy to know this is what you have put as my lot in this seed.
Yeah, I was a little confused at the time because I had forgotten that you stole the key, and when you went up to TR before doing Skull Woods, I was like, this is an odd choice, and then realized why we were doing that. It's like, oh, great, okay, cool, so now we just have to continue checking stuff until we find a Skullwood small key too. Fun.
Yeah, and then Hope Room kind of just,
Of course, yeah. Why wouldn't the two of them just be sitting right there?
Yeah, two of them right there. I was displeased, putting it lightly. I race with a cam. I race with face cam because I have reactions sometimes that are not verbal.
You're right.
And we had a good one today, so yeah.
Well, either way, you got through it at least, so I suppose there's that.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I guess, a thing. I can take solace in that today, I guess. I don't know. It's
you don't have to worry about Fat Keys next game, I guess, too.
Says a person who's in the 80 keys tourney.
I know, yeah, I know.
This is not something I don't expect. Like, this is not what I would expect to ever have happen, but it did today.
Yeah, the hammer especially was just because we spent 5 to 10 minutes talking about, well, they could go into pod, but you really don't want to. You should go to ice first, and then, of course...
Yeah, I don't think it was
just
ever
pod.
the right play until basically the end.
That's the thing. One pod key, you're not thinking, like, this is my best play, is to end up in pod.
Right.
Like, I have the mirror, I have the mitts, I have the Eastern big, and it's just like, if I'm going back to pod, I'm going back to Eastern. But for one item in Eastern and 3 items in pod, why would I ever want to go?
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, ice, and you get all those items to go into ice pretty early.
Yeah.
It's hammerless, but at that point, it makes the most sense to do. So, yeah.
Yep. And that's the unfortunate truth of it all. It's just like that early portion of that race, you're just like, I don't know the answer. And like, I pride myself on good routing. Like, Gil, you and I just finished a tough series, and like the routes you and I are putting down, like this flew in the face of everything I would ever do.
You just didn't have a choice.
No.
Which is always the worst kind of seed, when it's just like, all right, pick which crappy choice you want to make and hope it works out for you.
Yep. That's the thing. Like, you go into Thieves Town, you're like, you gave me the big and the small. They're both in logic. I've got Burn and I've got Samaria. Clearly, this is the play. And then nothing. Like,
nope.
Play after play was just insanely bad.
Yeah. The triple swamp dip, among other things, too. Yeah, like, there's just...
I did what I had to, because I was just like, you know what? I'm not a fan of anything right now. Right.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm going to pod now, I'm running, like, I can go north and I get nothing, or I can go south and hit swamp again. Sure. Swamp again. It's nothing worse than anything else right now. And then I get the pod big, and I'm like, this is great. You know, I'm going to have to, maybe I'll get a pod small and I'll play to it. And then you open the big chest and it's $20. It's like, every decision's been bad.
Yeah.
So, no, this one hurt. This one does not feel good, even with the win. And, like, you know, GG's Tam on this one. Like, it's just so... Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we were saying everyone has those days sometimes.
Yeah.
You're just, you know, you're not necessarily in the right mindset going in, and then you end up rolling this, and you're just like,
yeah,
I can't right now.
Yeah, no. Like, I'm on the winning side of this one, and I feel like crud. Like, it just is not fun. Like, this is not the kind of race you want to get into. You know, I hate to see that happen to a fellow opponent in this tournament. Like, you know, you don't want, like, I started messaging in the race room. I was just like, you know, do we want to just call it on this one? Because I'm pissed off running this seed.
Right.
And, you know, Tam, credit to him, was just like, no, you finish it out, and, you know, we'll take it as it is. So what do you do? I mean, you finish. Like, that is what we are told to do.
Yep.
Yep.
So we finished, or I finished today, and I'll take a win, and, you know, we'll figure out when to schedule the next one. I'm open for a day off or two, because
after this, I don't blame you.
Yeah, like, I'll do practice, or I'll play something in my free time, but I don't want to do a competitive race after that one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready for a break.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, first sword's 57 minutes. I just saw chat.
Yep, that's about right.
Ugh.
But
there were several people.
Yeah, no, I will say for chat, this was a bad seed. I don't call many seeds bad seeds. This one is textbook. Even if you play so many of the things right, you're gonna get hit by one of them. There's just too many. Left side swamp was required. That ice rod under the skull bridge with no skull smalls. Most runners are going to open that left door in the front of skull and steal that key and get caught by that. So that ice rod becomes terrible. The Mimic Cave TR big key is a bad location for go mode, or for GT mode in this case. Bad money at the start. Most runners don't Houlihan anymore, so, like, I'm gonna guess Tam did an extra lap of Blind's Hut or the well. Like, it just, nothing about this seed feels good. ever. This is a bad seed.
Yeah, we had several people come in half an hour or 45 minutes in and just assume you were doing a swordless seed, because why else would you not have a sword yet?
Yeah, it did feel it. It did feel that way.
Well, either way, GG's again. Like I said, it
Thanks.
doesn't necessarily feel good, but you know,
Yeah.
you take the wins when you can get them.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll keep an eye out for a game 2 in the future. But like I said, wouldn't expect that anytime in the immediate future. But yeah, and anything else, or you just want to like get out of not look at Rando for a bit?
Thanks for the comms and everything, and the tracking, and putting this on, and thank you to SpeedGaming for accommodating the time on this one. I don't like the fact of how long it took. I know there was supposed to be a race after this, and they moved it to accommodate, and I'm glad they had a channel. And I did see the race room for the other race, and thank you to. I did see that I think it was Spleedy and Lynn were willing to wait if need be. So thanks to them, and thanks to everybody else kind of putting up with this one tonight. So.
But yeah, so yeah, I'll echo that. Thank you for everyone who helped getting this set up. Thank you, chat, for hanging out and watching. Thank you, Cool Papa Bell, for joining me on CoComs. This was
Absolutely.
fun.
Anytime.
But that is going to do it for us here tonight. As mentioned, there is another race going on. I believe it's on SpeedGaming 5?
Yes.
Let's say 5. Yes, SpeedGaming 5, Sleepy versus Lin. So if you want to watch a little more rando tonight, you can head on over there. And that is the last match of the night. We have a bunch on the schedule for tomorrow, so if you want to watch some more rando, keep an eye out on the SpeedGaming and ALTTP randomizer channels. I think there's 5 or 6 matches on the schedule to be restreamed tomorrow, so a bunch more brackets coming at you over the course of the next week. But until then, thank you again for watching, and have a good night.